I like to read と I like reading の違いは何なんですかね？ Hi everyone, it's Scott here from That's English School. 中学校で最初の頃に学んだ文法ですよね。じゃあなんでこんな簡単なことをわざわざレッスン動画にするの？その答えはこれです。みんなちょっとだけ迷っちゃうからです。一瞬でね。I like to read か I like reading どっち使うんだっけ？同じ？なんかルールあったっけ？その迷いをこの動画でなくしたいです。今回はネイティブの立場から見ると、感覚というのかな、What I like to read と I like reading はどう違うんでしょうか？今から英語で話しますので最後まで見てくださいね。And if you're interested in watching more videos like these, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you. What's the difference? So the meaning is almost exactly the same, but they are used slightly differently depending on the situation. Native speakers never actually learn how to use them in each situation. It's just learned through natural speech from childhood, just like you learned Japanese. But as a non-native speaker, you need a reason, some kind of rule, to make things logical. I've broken it down into 4 simple categories: habits, results, frequency, and lists. So let's get started and move on to the first point. The first part is habits and routines. So if you do something regularly, like it's part of your routine, then we use like to. On Sundays, I like to take a walk with my dog for at least an hour. She likes to have a cup of coffee with breakfast. My boss likes to play games on his smartphone at lunchtime. So these are all regular routine things. So we use like to. Having said all that, you will hear people using like doing in these situations. But as a general rule of grammar, the one that you should be using is like to. Woohoo! Okay, here's our first pop quiz. The question is this. I like to read the paper in the morning as it kind of something me up for the day ahead. And the choices are A, hits, B, plays, C, sets, D, gets. And the answer is C, sets. I like to read the paper in the morning as it kind of sets me up for the day ahead. So if you set yourself up for something, it means you prepare or get ready. It sets me up for the day. Okay, the second part is about results or pleasure. If we are focusing on the results of the activity, then we use like to do. If we focus on the pleasure we get from the activity, then we use like doing. So we use like to do for results and like doing for pleasure and fun stuff. Let me show you what I mean. I like to wash my car. This means I know it's important to have a clean car. It's good for maintenance and makes me look like a good member of society. I like washing my car. I enjoy getting my hands in the soapy water and seeing it go from a dirty car to a clean car. It's a fun thing to do for me. Okay, here is another one for you. I like to eat natto. The result I get from eating natto is that it's good for my heart, blood pressure, and overall health. This is the outcome of eating natto. I like eating natto. I love opening the pack, adding the flavorings, mixing it round, and finally the slimy feeling in my mouth. I enjoy the whole process. Yes, I love drinking green smoothies. Cheers! I've been on this island now for 2 or 3 months now. There's no one else here, just me. I like to light a fire every morning, just in case a ship is passing by. But not one ship has passed, not even one. It's actually not as bad as you would think though. I like lying down on the beach at night, looking up at the stars and listening to the crashing of the waves. Yeah. Wait a minute! Is that a ship over there? Hey! Help! Over here! Help! The third part is talking about frequency. So when we use expressions like once a week, twice a month, or 3 times a year, for example, we often use like to. Let's take a look at some examples. I like to cut my toenails every Sunday. He likes to go to the gym 3 times a week. We like to have our house painted every 10 years. In all of those sentences, we could change like to for it's important to, I try hard to, I make an effort to. You're talking more about the long-term benefits, the results. When talking about frequency, we should not use like doing. I like going to the gym 3 times a week. In this case, it's more common to say like to go. I like to go to the gym 3 times a week because we're doing it for our health. We can also use it in a negative way too. I don't like to go to the gym 3 times a week. However, if we use the word dislike, then we have to use ing. I dislike doing. So you would never say, I dislike to go to the gym. You would always say, I dislike going to the gym. Is it starting to make sense? Woohoo! Okay, it's time for another pop quiz. The question is this. Keiko likes to learn a new English word every day. She is an something something learner of the language. And the choices are A. Acrobatic, B. Avid, C. Rancid, D. Acidic. And the answer is B. Avid. Keiko likes to learn a new English word every day. She is an avid learner of the language. If you are an avid learner, it means you are very enthusiastic. It's a very positive word. The fourth part is about talking in lists. So when we are listing things up in everyday speech, the most important thing is to keep the same form in your list. I like reading, taking long walks, and going to hot springs. So these are all like plus ing. After work, I like to watch TV, have dinner, and take a nice hot shower. These are all the same. Like to do with the base verb. I don't like doing homework, studying for tests, or listening to the teacher. Lovely. These are nice and uniform, which means they're all the same format. If you mix them up like this, I like reading, to take long walks, and going to hot springs. I mean, it's okay, but it's a little disorganized, and dare I say, childish. I don't really recommend doing it. It wasn't a ship, by the way. It was just my mind playing tricks on me. I like to climb up to the top of the mountain 2 or 3 times a week, just to see if there are any ships passing by on the horizon. I like taking some bananas with me and eating them on the way up and cracking open a few coconuts, for a bit of refreshment. Yeah, it gets very lonely here on this desert island. Just me, all by myself.
Hula bulla, hula bulla, hula bulla.
What the heck was that? Okay, it's homework time. So today's format is a little bit different than usual. I'm not going to give you a Japanese sentence. I want you to maybe go back and look at, remember this guy, Captain Barnacle, his name is. I want you to answer this question about him, okay? The question is this: why does Captain Barnacle like to climb up to the top of the island a few times a week? Okay, so put your answer in English down in the comments below, okay? コメント欄のところにその英語の答えを入れてくださいね。あとは何かわからないことがありましたらね、ぜひぜひコメント欄のところに何でも聞いてくださいね。If you want to improve your English even more but don't have enough time, click on this link over here. There are 50 lessons in this 2-minute English series. I'll see you over there.